Hello, hello, guys. Hello. Welcome to our live stream today. So please write in the chat where you're from. Let's see our geography today. Hey, guys. I'm very happy to see you today with us. Amazing. Hello, hello. Yes, we will have the recording soon, but it's always amazing to jump on our live stream and participate more. Hello, guys. Today, the topic of our workshop will be dedicated to career and relocation. So please write in the chat whether you'd like to study abroad, or would you like to build an international career abroad? What country are you looking for? What major and what degree? Hey, South Africa, Nigeria. Great. So I think that it's high time to start our amazing meeting today and learn more about our wonderful speakers. Yeah, let me share the presentation. Hey guys, welcome everyone who jumped to our workshop today. One moment. Hey. And today, the topic of our workshop will be dedicated to career and relocation. And please share in the chat whether you can see the presentation so we can start. And before we will acquaint with our amazing speakers, let me share a little bit more about StudyFree and also about the rules of our webinar. So these rules will help us to build really comfortable and friendly atmosphere and acquaint with the topic better. First of all, please don't interrupt the speaker. Also, all questions that might not be answered during the webinar will be answered after in the StudyFree mobile app. Also, before writing your question, please scroll the chat and make sure that your question wasn't answered before. Our webinar will last for 1 hour, so please still till the end, and then you will get the special bonus only for the event participants. And let's talk more about StudyFree. StudyFree is an international platform that connects people with international opportunities worldwide. We help not only with education and scholarships, but also help to build a promising career, relocate abroad, and focus on self-development. Some intro about StudyFree. With StudyFree, more than 100,000 students are applying abroad. Our students won more than 4 million of scholarships, and they also have access to 50 monthly private events, document samples on the platform, and amazing community of more than 1,000 international alumni from top universities and top companies. And you will explore more today. Our community mentors are from graduates and students of top universities like Harvard, Berkeley, University of Manchester, McGill, to name a few. And now they're building promising careers at top international companies. And today you will have a chance to meet our mentors and ask questions to them, learn from them, and explore amazing career and educational opportunities that educational experience can open to you. And also some intro about StudyFree. So StudyFree is a Silicon Valley-based startup that raised more than 4 million investments to scale and develop the international platform to help millions of students worldwide to realize their potential abroad. Our CEO and founder, Dasha, is a winner of Forbes 30 Under 30. She also featured in the top of women CEOs and founders leading global educational technological startups. And I think that it's amazing to be a part of such a revolutionary platform that helps students to achieve their goals, whether it is education or career. And I think it's high time to meet our amazing mentors who will be with you today. So Maria, can you please turn on the camera and introduce yourself briefly?
Hello, guys. It's a pleasure to be with you today. Hello, Darina. Thank you so much for inviting me and our amazing speakers. So I have almost classic career. I've had my first higher education in Russia and studied as a sales assistant in IT company. And I grew in this company to a sales team leader. After that, I decided that I need like my next step in the different company, in Western companies. So I went to Hewlett Packard Enterprise and started to dream about international career there. But it was really interesting that actually my very first step in international environment, I met again in Russian company, in HQ of a company Kaspersky, cybersecurity company. And the reason why I got this position was actually because I exactly in those time I was studying at MBA in London, so they decided to invite me because of my like international education and also experience in the global company. So you may like establish any kind of plans regarding your career, regarding your education, but life is really interesting. And let me introduce my next speaker today, our next speaker today. It's Ekaterina, and she will tell you about her path. And let's see how it is different, and prepare your questions because we will definitely follow them after our first introduction. Ekaterina.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Maria, for giving me the space on this lovely day today. I am really happy to be here and to share a bit of my history and background on my career and education. It's a tiny bit different from what Maria has shared about hers. And mine starts back in St. Petersburg, where I'm from, and the high school, where I had no idea, absolutely zero idea of where and what I want to do after I graduate. And my family, my parents, they offered me to go abroad for my very first education, the bachelor's degree. By some filtering, researching, and choosing, I ended up in the United Kingdom. When 7 years ago, I have enrolled onto the studies with the University of Manchester, where I studied the civil engineering, which is basically the construction. And I've been studying there for 3 years. And on my final year of education, I have got an offer for the construction company to join them for the graduate program, which is basically the entry-level job, which I happily accepted. It wasn't an easy journey. It involved a lot of mess with the visas, a lot of them throughout my career and life in the UK. But in any way, it got me where it got me. And I started my career first in Wales, which is one of the counties, so to say, in the United Kingdom. You've got England, you've got Scotland, and you've got Wales, where I have been working, but it was completely not for me. It was really boring. It was really countryside-like. And to me, a person who comes from the big city, like St. Petersburg, which was like 6 million people or 5 million people living there, Wales seemed like a huge village to me, which I personally didn't enjoy. And the job I got in Wales was not that exciting either. So basically, the dreams and the idealistic images I had back in the university about how I'm going to work, what I'm going to do, have been far from the reality. And all of that got me thinking and aiming to change my location within my company from Wales to somewhere else, ideally London. And I haven't been particularly successful for a couple of years, but then the pandemic started, and frankly, it helped me to relocate to London for my next job, which was the construction of the underground station. It was really exciting. It was a really exciting yet challenging project for me. But I really enjoyed it. Frankly, again, the tube line, the underground line, which I worked on, has opened about two days ago. And I didn't ride it yet, but it's on my bucket list for the end of this week. And so my next opportunity was again within my company. It was all the intra-company transfers. I got into a actual engineering. That's the lovely photo I have on the presentation from these days, where I would wear full orange with all the personal protective equipment and would go on site and manage the works on site. I would do the concrete works, I would do some digging and earthworks and demolitions and piling and all sorts of fun that a construction engineer could have. But the story was that at that point, after about half a year into this job, I realized due to a few personal reasons and work reasons, like not enjoying it, being too tough for me, I realized I don't really want to do it anymore. And fun fact, 2 weeks ago, I resigned, and you're currently listening to an unemployed person.
Yeah, it's really funny. But Ekaterina, tell me please, how did you come up with this idea of having civil engineering? Actually, it's quite unusual nowadays, at least.
Well, that's a really good question. The story was that back in high school, I was always really good and interested in physics and math, but I never really allowed myself to think I'm good, if that makes sense. Like I would have mediocre marks and everything. I wouldn't solve the problems the way my teachers would want them to be solved. And so in terms of the Russian educational system, I wasn't good, but my mind, just the way it's working, was always quite logical and systematic. And my parents, they believed in me. They believed that this is enough to go somewhere that is relatable to engineering and math and everything. And I just gave them a shot, I guess, their opinion and their belief in me. And once I got into the UK, at first I was on the foundation year course, which is basically the introduction from the school you've got towards the university. And on that year, I just developed a feeling that I do enjoy it, that I liked it. I had loads of physics-related experiments in the laboratories and all these physicalities, and just actually seeing the work I'm doing. It just really mesmerized and inspired me. And I realized that I would want something physical, something I can see and touch, to be done with my career, like something that I can like proudly say I have done it and point at it, not something that is imaginable. It's just not the way I work, and I would enjoy things. And this was everything about civil engineering. You actually build stuff. You actually create something. And to me, it was important that this something that would be valuable for the society, for the community. And this is all about construction. Ideally, that you build some value, something that is needed for the society. And that was two main components of why I chose civil engineering. And by now, even knowing that I left it, I don't regret anything.
Yeah, I understand. Actually, it's a good point. To think about before you make any choice regarding the career, what kind of results you would like to have during your like day-to-day job. Because, for example, in some cases, you may work on any kind of long-term project without seeing any result, and you need to deal with it, you know, and it's like the completely different set of mind in order to handle this kind of situation. So yeah, I agree with you. It's really great that you noticed that and that you made this choice, even though maybe like now you have a different opinion about that. But I'm sure it's a great journey, especially when you when you had this kind of experience and was a part of the team that actually built stuff inside of the city. So you can now invite us and show you, you know, this is what I did. Yes, that's mine. Like I did it by my hands. It's really nice, I think.
Yeah. It's actually quite funny that what you have been talking about, that's one of the reasons I actually felt that I don't enjoy it anymore, is that in construction, the lifespan of some project is like 10 odd years, 5 to 10 years. and it might take a very long time for something that you have done, you have built, to actually take place. Like, for example, on the underground station I was working, I was handling the signage installation. So like all the direction signage you see on usual underground station, I would be managing the installation of them. And it seemed like a never-ending job, even though the station was already there and I was just doing some snagging jobs. But the way it was working, it just seemed like never-ending and absolute devaluing routine job you would do. And it's not instant at all. And the way that construction works, sometimes you just dig into the process and you work and work, and every day is a challenge. Every day some problem arise, and it's actually quite tough to just stop, pause, have a look around and see what you have done over the past months, because the way the construction industry works just pushes you to do more and more and more. And it's fine for some people to be in this hectic environment, but I really wanted to just pause and see what I have done.
Yeah, it's completely understandable. Ekaterina, thank you so much. We definitely will come back to this kind of really interesting discussion. And maybe you already have some ideas regarding what you're going to do next, or even try to do next. So let's discuss it a little bit later. And now I'm passing the word to...
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you. To Yuri. Yuri, are you here? Are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Thanks a lot for introducing me. So, yeah, I'm Yuri. I'm also originally from St. Petersburg, in fact, also from quite a big city. Then I moved, I did both education, like high school education in the UK and in Russia. After that, I moved to Germany, like my family moved to Germany, where I basically started both my academic, partially my academic, as well as my professional career. Like at first I worked at one very small IT software company where I just like handled how to build in servers, how to connect, how to like download all the softwares for elderly white people who literally have no clue how exactly to use modern technologies. Also, I worked in the same year, I believe it was back in 2017, at Deutsche Vermögensberatung. That is more banking, financial and insurance company, where I basically was consulting people about their life, like where exactly their money should go, how exactly they should manage it. And then after that, I got accepted at Utrecht University, that is in the Netherlands, so very close to my family, very close to kind of my second home country, Germany, where I did my bachelor's in physics and mathematics, also minor in sustainable energy, which is important. And during those days, I also had a chance to do several internships, like at Coherent, that is additive manufacturing company. So I had a chance to build, let's say, like dental parts. So we actually, like a physics guy could actually print stuff that would be used by dentists to put it in the mouth afterwards. Yeah, so it was very cool in a way.
It's really unexpected to hear that in a row.
It's super unexpected. Exactly, because and I was the only one who had biology background, a bit of biology background, because like a year before I also did an internship at St. Petersburg Polytechnics University at the medical physics department, where they basically worked with biology stuff. And comparing to other engineering students, physics students at that company, I was like a small intern genius who could actually understand that they're doing stuff wrong, so they can actually save money by thinking a bit from biological perspective, but doesn't really matter. After that, I found a very nice research center I'm still working with that research center. It is located in Frankfurt. It's called MBN Research Center. They're mainly focusing on computational physics, computational biology, chemistry, kind of that. Quite recently, we even had a conference in Wolpert. It is like a middle of nowhere in Germany, in Rheingau, with a topic on multi-scale irradiation and chemistry. And they just picked, I'm still holding only bachelor's degree right now, and they just picked basically a bachelor student to represent the company, the research center, which was very cool. So yeah, since this autumn, I got enrolled at FU Berlin at the physics department. But in a half a year, I realized that it's not really my thing. So I'm changing right now, in fact, my master's, but happens. That's just, it really happens.
I'm so sorry for interruption. I'm just really curious. Sure. How did you manage to change it so like radically every time? Was it your part of it? How?
No, not really. So basically, I have very broad education in physics and mathematics, which basically allows you to work basically wherever you want, like from financial sphere to research. So right now, since March, I'm working at one of the subsidiaries of Lufthansa as a business analyst in more sustainable development sphere. And yeah, it basically allows me to go wherever I want. So like any physics, any natural science, I would even say, as well as engineering background, can allow a student to go wherever he or she wants. Yeah.
It's really good. It's really interesting tip. You know, if like what kind of education you need to have in order like to cover the major number of different opportunities and just pick up what you want in this particular moment and like change it easily if you don't like, for example, because I think nobody can say that they for 100% knew when they graduate, even enter any kind of education, they understand, yes, that's what I want to do and exactly know where I'm going. And right now it's like 100% yes, and I will do it, and you do it. No, I think no way. you can do it and plan like this.
Yeah, you can easily like manage to find internships almost wherever you want. Obviously, at the start of the career, it's always hard to get your first experience. So obviously, for example, back in Russia, I had a chance to work at my dad's company. So basically, in very financial and more psychological sphere as pawn shops and secondhand shops. And as well as in the research sphere, that was also like basically in St. Petersburg Polytechnic University, that internship position was offered by my school for the summer. So after you get your first experience, almost all companies are ready to get a motivated student who would love to do their work for slightly less money, obviously, because like you're kind of still not professional, but at the same time you just get your experience and you really can get the idea of what you're loving to do.
Yes, that's like a very, very interesting point when you have your education, but you don't have your experience yet. And I remember those times when I was trying to find any kind of job, when even junior positions were required to have at least 1 or 2 years of experience. And I was looking at that and thought, what am I going to do with these kind of requirements and how to start? I'm happy to have this kind of experience, but let me have it. How did you do you remember how did you what helped you to start with your first position maybe? or it was more like an opportunity to work with your dad, for example, is the like very first step?
Very first step was obviously working with my dad. I'm not gonna lie, like first probably 2 internships that I got were due to my connections or due to my family connections, both in Germany as well as back in Russia. Connections work, I'm pretty sure, in every single country, and it works well. But after that, university helped me a lot. For example, at Concurrent, at a manufacturing company, I just dropped by the career center, asked them, "Hey guys, I would love to do something during the summer. I am really into the field of physics that is connected to biology. Would you recommend something?" They looked up, found a company. I got accepted. Luckily, that's pretty much it.
Okay, thank you so much, Yuri. We definitely will continue this interesting discussion about how to get this done from the first like step. And let's move to our next speaker, Ekaterina Savina. Kaitya, you here? Yeah, hello.
Yes, hello everyone. Thanks for this opportunity being here. My name is Kaitya. I'm from the city in Ufa, and I feel like I'm a little bit the underdog here because I've never studied abroad. I had only educational experience in Russia, and actually I graduated from the State University in Russia, and I got my degree in linguistics. So during my time in Russia, I always wanted to do something different, do something big, and I was always active during my student times. I always volunteered a lot because I wanted to practice my English. I wanted to meet people. I wanted to be in the international culture, the international community. So I did a lot of volunteering being a student, and my university was fine with it. They gave me credits and they liked what I did. I volunteered at such events as Olympic Games in Russia, at different world championships, and had to practice my English. After that, I went to the USA as an exchange student for the work and travel program. If anyone knows, it's an amazing program that allows you actually to work in the country and practice your English. So after I came back from the US, I was just like, okay, I want to do something different. I don't want to stay here anymore. I want to go somewhere else. So I graduated from my university and started working in the hospitality industry, but I really got bored for 6 months. And after that, I found it's called the ISIC. If anyone knows, it's a global nonprofit organization that actually provides the opportunity to get the internship abroad or have any international volunteering experience abroad for recent graduates. So I applied for this internship, and this program, they helped me find a job offer actually in China. I had some interviews
in China.
In China, I found a job in China. It was a Changsha. It was like a capital of the Chinese province. And I moved there for a year. I didn't know any Chinese, so I had nothing about Chinese culture at that time. It was a brave step to do. But anyway, I moved there, and the good thing was that I actually lived at the hotel as well. So I wasn't that thrown in a culture, it was great. It was a smooth transition. So yeah, I got this offer for 1 year. I worked at the international hotel. And then after that, I was just like, okay, I was offered to stay there longer, but I was just like, no, I want to do something different. And at that time, I was very interested in the business administration or anything anything related to business. And I really found great programs in the USA. And I knew that I would need to take GMAT. If anyone knows, it's a really difficult test to take. And I prepared. It took me a long time to prepare, but I failed at the comprehensive reading part. So hopefully I'll I'll take it in a couple of years and tackle it. But at that, I was really upset, but I was just like, okay, what else can I do? And I started looking for the job in the IT companies because I was really interested in that industry. So I actually used just Chinese servers. At that time, I lived in Shanghai, China, and I was just looking for the servers, like the Chinese apps, and I found a job through this Chinese app. I applied and found a job at the startup IT company in logistics, and they just needed a person who actually knew how to communicate with, how to speak in English and how to actually work with the customer, be a good customer service, and just provide a good, I work as an account manager. If anyone knows it, work a lot with the current customers. At that company, I worked a lot with such countries as Taiwan, Vietnam, India, and Thailand. So I ended up going to India a lot and worked with our Indian customers because we've got a big group of customers from that country. And I started working with Indian customers a lot, and I really loved it. I changed my job to IT, and I really loved how this company how everything was at the IT company was so different from the hospitality world. And I was just like, okay, I want to keep doing this. When the pandemic came, my husband and I decided to move to the USA, and it was a struggle for me to find a job in the USA because you doubt yourself, you doubt your experience all the time when you move to different country, and you're just like your experience, like no one needs your experience here. You're just like, okay, I need to start fresh. I need to start again, start it over. And like international career community helped me a lot to actually find a job here. And actually Maria itself helped me a lot as my mentor to find a job here, and just actually cheered me up a lot. And after several times, several months, I found a job as an account manager at the IT company. It's called Procare Software. It's a leading company. It's a leading provider of the software management system in the childcare industry. I love this job, and this is something that I really want to do in the future, and this is something I'm really enjoying.
Kaitya, thank you so much. It is so interesting story. And yes, I remember those times when we just met with you and we started this kind of discussion. And I remember when you asked me this question regarding your experience, that maybe it's not applicable for US, but from my background, from my experience in sales, I would say, guys, if you have this kind of doubts, don't, because as soon as you're know how to deal with customers, as soon as you know how to ask right questions, it doesn't matter in which country you do it. And actually Kaitya is like a proper example that definitely it's proved. Now it's proved, so you don't need to think about it. But I would like to ask you this question. Anyway, you had this kind of different cultures that you had to deal with, Russian, Chinese, US. Now you can a little bit compare them. And as soon as, yes, you have your experience, and definitely you're sure that right now that you can like reapply it for the different environment. But at the same time, I believe that there are some difference still that you had to deal with. Can you share with us some maybe insights of yours?
Yeah, that's a great question. Cultures, work cultures in the US and China are so different. They're very different. In China, they always have rules that you have to follow. I literally had a rule at my company. I had to be in the office at 8:30 a.m. And if I 1 minute late, that's all. I'm going to be charged for this one minute that I came late. And it was in my company, it was a startup company, but I know a lot of companies in China do have those rules because I communicated a lot and I was in the business community a lot in China. So unfortunately, yeah, you have to follow rules in China. If you're a person who doesn't like following the rules, and you're rebellious, like I am, I'm very rebellious, so I never liked it. So I was always against it. I tried to fight my way, but it was hard. So it's really less flexible in China. You just need to like what you do, and then you can actually swallow your pride and just follow the rules there, basically. But it's a great experience because it's different. Yeah, it's hard to speak up in those countries because the boss in China at the Chinese company is the boss. So whatever he says, whatever his proposition is, you have to follow it. Here in the USA, actually, it's different. When you at my current company, it's always flexible. They always listen to us. When you speak up, they hear you. They give you feedback. They want to hear your opinion. And we have a open doors policy, so we can go to any of the executives at our company and speak with them at any time. Of course, looking at their calendar, booking the time with them. But still, it's easy to go and just speak with them. And I'm not afraid to speak up if I don't like something, or if I have something that might help us and might improve our processes. I say it. So that's why I think this is the huge difference for me as a person. I really like then people in that company are listening to my opinion and listen to what I have to say. And so, yeah, that's why it was a huge difference for me in that regards, for sure.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's like a short conclusion to your speech. I would say that even though you didn't have like education in China or in US, but still you managed to make these careers. And what do you think, what was like the main factor of your success there? Because it's really, I can't even imagine how you end up in China without Chinese, and survived and got a lot of experience. And now you're in US, and it's such a huge move. What do you think? What was the main factor of your ability to do it and your flexibility? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's motivation. It's all motivation. It's just coming from inside. If you have this fire inside you and you want to do something different in your life, then it's definitely this is something that you have to go with. Like this fire inside you, that's something that moves me every day, and it's something that gives me this opportunity to do something extra. Yeah, it's just your ambition. Like I research all the services, like how to go and study abroad. I opened my Google and just Googled everything. And I had some people who did something similar, and I connected with those people. Connections, communities, networking also always help you. Like, I didn't know Chinese, but I started learning it actually when I worked at the company, and I actually progressed at it. It was a great level, but still, at the beginning, I didn't know any Chinese, but just you need to look for those opportunities for the international companies maybe that actually need your skills. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Amazing story, really. I couldn't even imagine that it's possible, actually. So now, guys, you know that it is possible, and you may have any kind of different scenarios in terms of developing your careers. And we have some questions already. So guys, I think this question is to everybody. How did you all find these jobs? So how you were looking for, what was your experience? What kind of ways that you used? I may just maybe make a very quick note regarding that. I would say that starting from the beginning of my career journey, I all the time were looking for a job. So I've never used any networking or stuff. So it's not my main thing, unfortunately. I wish I have it, but I've never used it. So, and I would say that during times, these methods are changing definitely. And you just need to look at the market and see what's going on and how actually people are looking for a job. Because previously in Russia, we had a lot of job websites related to like my field, and now the most information that I have, I got from LinkedIn first of all, and I can't rely on any kind of special websites or even hiring agencies and stuff. But it is my experience. Guys, what's about you? How did you find your jobs? And Ekaterina, maybe you will share your ideas. What are you going to do now? Because as soon as you're unemployed now, it's like most relevant question for you, I believe.
Well, yeah, it is. But just to answer the question again, my very first job, I have applied for maybe 50 plus vacancies in all over the country. Have gone through a few interviews and everything, but only one vacancy, only one application of mine was successful, and that was the job I was with for then 4 years. So to me, the very first job was just the persistence and stubbornness to achieve what the goal that I have made for myself. Then within the company, that was already networking mostly. How I got myself all the changes within my my employer, because what I found in the UK most working, to me at least from my experience, is networking, is who you know and what they think of you as a person. So and now I don't really have any job goals or anything. I have only just dreams and just starting very first steps towards my next destination. But it's going to be a complete change of hearts and cards to me. I am going back into the academia to pursue a degree in psychology.
Oh, that's nice. It's like a very first step. Yeah, it's like one of the steps to start build a new community and new networking that you're willing to get in. Yeah.
Yep.
Yuri, what's about you? We've just like started to cover this topic a little bit before.
Yeah, exactly. So basically networking, that is very helpful, especially for the first jobs. After that, don't be shy approaching career centers, especially in high ranked universities, people actually have it. So do that, approach it. People definitely going to help you. Professors are very helpful especially in the research field, as well as in more practical stuff, I would say. Then LinkedIn and Xing. So for example, my current position at SQUAKE, I found via LinkedIn. It was very random, basically by searching the keywords. You can and you will apparently come to that job that you was looking for, and after the several steps of interviews, you'll get it.
Kaitya, what's about you? What is your tip for China and for US?
Yeah, I think I agree with everyone. Networking is definitely number one, but for me to find this first job, as I mentioned, abroad was I was looking for any internships abroad. So if you just Google and find anything, I mean, for me, as I said, I did through ISIC. It was it's a nonprofit organization. So they work globally. It's known among all the students. A lot of my friends actually went there as a volunteer. Like one of my friends went to Brazil as a volunteer through their programs, but I decided to do internships instead. So if you can look up any internships online, then for sure this will get you there. That's what helped me to start my career abroad, not having any education abroad. I think Ekaterina and Yuri definitely can say their part about the education, how to find a job after education abroad. But yeah, if you don't have an education, just look up for any internships, any global organizations. That's what helped me for sure. And yeah, LinkedIn, it's a great thing to find a second job and networking. So once you secure your first job and you're in that industry, yeah, networking, just even if with your clients, if you work with the clients or within the company or any international community. I know there are a lot of international communities that you can go to, meet up with people and actually talk and just introduce yourself. This definitely helps. And that's what is helping me now too, because I'm new to the US. I've been working here only for 2 years, and I want to explore something different. So I do a lot of networking. I go to a lot of communities, events, and just meet up with people and just try to see what else I can do in the future. Yeah.
Thank you, Kasia. And in addition to that, guys, I just remember that I worked for one project, and this company actually built a recommendation system for students that graduated university. It's like #1 resource in US right now, and they are developing in Europe already, called Handshake. So you may Google it. It's the platform for students that just graduated. So companies publish their information about positions that they're ready to hire students for them. So maybe it will help you somehow. Guys, we have another question, and it is related to Germany mostly, Yuri, so maybe you will cover it. What is the difference in applying to work in Germany? Do you know any kind of difference, special difference for Germany? Or maybe, guys, you also heard about it? Oh, yeah, I see that Ekaterina as well.
Yeah, just a very quick one. I'm not going to steal the thunder from Yuri. I would need to go now, unfortunately. But after the event is done, and should you want to, please just share with everyone that attended the event today the link to my LinkedIn. I am very approachable. Just drop me a line, and if I can be of help, I would really like to help. And yeah, just sorry, I need to drop out a bit earlier. But it was great to just share my story with you, and I hope that somebody found it helpful.
Yes, and we will share our contacts in the app as well. So don't worry, guys, you will won't lose us. So Yuri, can you comment on the question? Thank you so much, Ekaterina.
Bye, everyone.
Sorry, I'm really sorry. Like my internet, in fact, like cut off for a minute. Like I read the question. I know it. No worries. So yeah, basically. There's no difference between Germany and other countries, at least from my perspective. All depends on cities more rather than a country. For example, in Berlin, where the startups are more developed, people are more approachable, connections work better, much better. Also, there's a much higher possibility, especially for non-German speakers, to get a working position, while in more conservative states like Hessen, where like Frankfurt is located, or Darmstadt, in those cities, you really need German, both for academic life as well as for just everyday life, unfortunately. And there you don't really undergo any like motivation steps. They don't really care about your motivation. They really care about your academics background, about your actual skills. While in more liberal society, like in Berlin, in the Netherlands, at least in Utrecht, it was the case. People really thought more about your motivation. For example, you didn't have any experience at all, but you had a lot of motivation in doing something new. And they saw that, and they would accept you to a person who is like just a nerd in a certain field, but he's not very communicative, like not the best cultural fit, let's say like that.
It's really interesting point, because I've noticed as well when I worked for international company, and I took an international position, and I had to deal with all teams all over the world inside of the company. And the thing that I noticed that actually I don't feel much difference in terms of culture as soon as we are all in the same team and we all understand that we are in the global environment, and this kind of cultural difference is becoming less visible. because we have like set of certain standards, working processes, so we are more or less on the same level. So I think yes, it's also maybe applicable for like in big cities as well. Yeah, when you're like this kind of local difference, then becoming less important and less visible. So yeah, maybe it's also. I would come back to the comment that made Kaitya regarding the energy and motivation of art. So if you don't have enough experience, so you need to spend maybe a little bit more time and energy in order to get your job, but it is still possible. And definitely you shouldn't like underestimate any kind of your abilities, even though maybe you don't have enough experience. Guys, I don't see any more questions. Darina, do you have them in the live stream or not?
Like now we don't have any questions, and maybe we can like share some kind of advice for those aspiring students and graduates who are planning to study abroad, like one piece of advice from everyone, how to start with the promising career.
Guys, who would like to start? Anybody?
I would be happy to start. So
okay, let's do it.
Yeah. As I mentioned, I didn't have any experience of studying abroad, but I'm actually planning to, as I'm not just giving up on that, my idea of getting my MBA degree. So I'm not giving up on this. I'm definitely planning to do that. And once I succeed, I will be happy to share it again, but sharing my story with you. But for now, as a recent undergraduate or just maybe graduate, I think the first step is just, to start looking for those internships. And even in your city, if you can find, I know a lot of colleges actually have this program inside their university or inside their college. So you can always look up and go and ask your faculty if you can have any internship and if they can locate you somewhere and help you find this internship, or if they provide maybe a list of companies where you can go. If not, then definitely go online. And I'll say again, ISEC was a big help for me. So look up this. That's a great website. They're a great organization. So they're nonprofit, so don't worry about any money or anything. So it's going to just try to look up anything that would help you find this first job. I think internship is the way to start after the college, for sure.
So yes. Yuri, yes,
I would definitely agree with Kaitya, because all internships as well as volunteering experiences are very beneficial to start after a college. And in fact, education abroad can help you as well if you really want to study, if you really want to work in multicultural company or in multicultural city, because employers, they really look for highly motivated students or highly motivated graduates with different cultural background, with different multicultural background. Like the more the better. Like if you did if you're originally from India, you studied, let's say, in Germany, but you went on exchange to the UK, that's awesome. Like, already at least 3 countries from inside, and you can work with 3 completely different cultures, completely different people, and employers really appreciate it, and they really search for such people. So after college or even during the college, I would highly recommend looking for working student positions. And after that, internships, full-time internships, at least for 3 months, preferably for 6 months. And after that, already continue with junior positions and just developing afterwards.
Yeah, and in addition to that, as a final recommendation from myself, I would say that it is really important to take care about your results and to care about the company and try to make this kind of additional effort when you do anything. And believe me, if you like think that your position is so small that it's like invisible or something, it's actually not. As soon as you like put your effort, as soon as you're really care about your results, it becomes visible immediately. And it's like it was my way, and maybe you already noticed that it was the way of our speakers as well, how to impress employers, how to like pay attention on ourselves, and how to actually reach our goals, and even such goals that we didn't have in our minds in the beginning of the journey. So just do it what you like and do it with a big smile and you will get results. I'm sure. Just believe me.
Yeah, thank you so much, Maria, for such a wonderful, like last sentence with so many motivational words. I believe that our participants are really motivated by your stories. So I think that our journey comes to an end, and of course, I think our team can share more how you can find these wonderful mentors, how you can build your career abroad with the help of StudyFree. So I will turn on the presentation one more time, just to acquaint the participants with some opportunities that StudyFree can offer. And we have our wonderful admission expert with us today, Denise. Denise, hello. Say hi.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you all.
Hi, Denise. So can you please share more about the opportunities that StudyFree can offer?
Yes, of course. It was a great event about career opportunities, and you can be one of our future mentors who will come to our events and will share your experience. And I think today is a high time to decide for you where you want to be, what you want to do, and how you want to develop yourself. You have three options how you can do it, thanks to your education, thanks to your career opportunities, or thanks to leadership programs. But it doesn't mean what kind of sphere you choose at one moment, because you can just choose free at one moment, and you can find all of opportunities in our platform. So everything you want to achieve, everything you want to find, you can see in our platform. And if Darina goes to next slide, you will understand all benefits and values. You can just join with us. We have two options. It's freemium option when you don't pay anything, and we have premium option when you just should to pay a little bit but have lots of opportunities, much more when you have in premium. You have lots of events, lots of chats about career opportunities and about education. So if you want to be successful, you must be very competitive. You must be decisive, and you have to have determination. And those people who are ready to be successful, who are ready to invest money or time and take efforts to be competitive employees, to be competitive students, to be bright students, should invest something. Sometimes it takes efforts, a lot of efforts. Sometimes it takes money, sometimes it takes time. And our mission is to decrease your stress, develop your skills, and to give you a lot of opportunities to be successful in your future life. And if you choose, for example, premium option, it will cost only $33 per month, and you can pay it for 3 months quarterly. So it means you pay only $99 for 3 months using premium option, with lots of events, with lots of opportunities, studying abroad, with more than 300,000 scholarships program, with more than 50 events per month, with mentors from all over the world, from international companies, from people who finished international education, from people who have experience working with different field with different people, and people who are ready to share my experience with you, and people who are ready to answer all the questions about career and education. And just imagine, what is it, €99? I think it's money, but generally people in UK or in US spend per day. So even if you are from India, from Africa, from maybe European countries, you can just trust us. You can just believe us and invest with not big money in your preparation, because it will definitely become much more. For example, if you're a good employee, you can just earn 10 or maybe 100 times more, because general international students, even during their studies, earn about maybe $5,000 per month or maybe $10,000 per month. If you win a scholarship, you can just win a fully funded scholarship and save lots of money. Invest only $900. So you can just think about it today. Our places are limited. Don't forget about it. And those people who are eager to become one of our community, who are eager to be decisive students, who have determination, who have more motivation, just I used to create and make a decision as soon as possible. And if you are one of them, if you want to become successful, if you want to make your future bright, and if you want to stand out of other candidates, because lots of people, thousands of students have the same desires you have, thousands of employees want to do the same as people from all over the world. And if you want to be bright, if you want to stand out of all candidates, start your preparation right now. Trust us. And you can just download our app, ask any questions there, go to our website, and just join our community. I hope it was very useful. And if you are ready, you can join us. And as soon as you do, the sooner your future become brighter.
Thank you so much, Dennis, for such a wonderful introduction to StudyFree. And of course, guys, don't miss our chance to join our app, because for those who stay till the end, for those who signed up for our events, tomorrow our wonderful community mentors who shared their experience of studying or working abroad will organize a day with a mentor. So it's a limited opportunity to talk with our mentors like one-to-one, ask all your questions related to career building or education abroad, receive a real hint and tip from those people who have already done this. So don't miss this opportunity. Download our StudyFree mobile app, join the chat career and relocation, and join the discussion tomorrow. Or if you don't want to wait till tomorrow, become a part of our premium community, buy our premium package, and open the global world of opportunities. And one more time, thank you so much, our wonderful mentors, Kaitya, Yuri, Maria, and another Kaitya, for such a wonderful story. All these guys can be found on the StudyFree platform, StudyFree community, and wish you good luck. Have a wonderful evening. See you at other community events. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.